Hi, I'm Alan Finger, and I'm very pleased to bring you Yoga Zone's video for strength, flexibility, and stress release. With me is my wife Greta, who has practiced yoga for 20 years and will demonstrate the postures in their full form. And Carrie Parker, a senior Yoga Zone instructor, who will demonstrate the postures in a modified form. The yoga postures and complete full breathing will develop strength, flexibility, and correct alignment in your physical body. They also calm your nervous system and clear your mind. And on a more subtle level, they remove the blocks that form in your chakras and meridians that develop from physical, mental, and emotional stress. Meridians are energy pathways that map your body. Many of them are nerves. Chakras are substations of these meridians that lie along your spinal column. So let's begin to learn this full, complete breathing. First of all, come to sit in a comfortable cross-legged position. If your hips are really tight, take a large book like a telephone book and sit on top of it. Now, take your hands and place your hands underneath your seat and feel the bone at the bottom of your hip structure. We call that the sit bone, as it's the bone you sit on. Take your hands out and place them on your knees and just try and feel that you sit and perch yourself on the bottom of that sit bone. And as soon as you do that, you'll feel how the core muscles of your being that hold your spine up engage. And you get the feeling of your rib cage lifting away from your hip structure. Soften your shoulders away from your ears, your head, just let it float on top. All breathing during this program should be done through your nostrils, making an echoey sound as you control the volume of air from the base of the throat. So let's come to start with sitting full breath. Bring your fingers onto the floor beside you. Inhale, lift your arms up into the air, turning your palms to face the ceiling. Exhale, turn your palms down and extend your fingers toward the wall. Inhale, turn the palms up and bring them to touch above the head. Interlace your fingers, turn the palms up and exhale. Inhale, chest expands. Exhale, lower your arms down to the floor beside you, belly drawing in. Again, inhale, lifting your arms up, turn your palms up. Exhale, palms down, fingers toward the wall. Inhale, lift the arms up into the air, palms to touch. Interlace the fingers, exhale, and extend the palms up. Inhale, chest expands, rib cage lifts. Exhale, lower your arms down, belly drawing in. Very good. To continue this full breathing into the movements and the postures, bring both feet up in front of you and place your feet onto the floor, hip distance apart and feet parallel. Place your hands onto the floor behind you with your fingers facing toward you. This movement is called moving table, and it's a vinyasa where you're going to synchronize your breath to your movement. Inhale, roll your shoulders back, lift your breastbone up and take your hip structure up into the air. Exhale, sit back down onto the floor. Inhale, roll your shoulders back, bring your breastbone up into the air and hips lift up. Exhale, lower your hips back down and belly draws in. Inhale, get the feel, shoulders back, breastbone up, thighs parallel. Exhale and belly in, lower slowly down. And one more, get to feel how your breath moves. You inhale, the breath lifts you, and exhale, your belly draws in and you sit back down. Great. Stretch both legs out in front of you and place your fingers onto the floor behind you. Bring your big toes to touch, spread your two little toes out if possible, and firm your top thighs, pulling your kneecaps toward you and backs of the legs toward the floor. This posture is a posture that teaches you how to sit, not to slump into yourself. Draw your lower back into your body and at the same time firm the lower area of your abdomen. And feel your entire rib cage again lifting away from your hips, your shoulders soften away from your ears, and your head floats. And again, use your breath. Get that echoey breath, chest expands on inhalation, breathe out, belly in. One more breath. In, feel the chest expand, make space for you in the posture, and exhale, belly draws in. One more breath. Inhale, chest expand, and exhale, belly draws in. Wonderful. From here, we come to cat posture. I'd like you to bend your knees to the side and come to kneel onto all fours onto the floor. Place your hands so they are very flat on the floor with your middle fingers running parallel with each other. Keep the thumb and index finger firm on the floor. This stabilizes your arms and shoulders. Toes curled into the floor. Inhale, lift your sit bone up in the air, bring your breastbone forward and your shoulder blade down your back. Exhale, point your toes back behind, shin bone into the floor, draw your belly in and round your back. Inhale, toes curled into the floor, sit bone up, draw your shoulder blade down your back and your breastbone forward. Exhale, toes point, shin bone into the floor, belly draws in. Inhale, curl the toes, draw the spine into the body. Exhale, point the toes, shin bone in, round your back. One more time. Inhale, this really stretches out and massages your spinal column, the central cord of your nervous system. Exhale, toes point, shin bone into the floor and draw your belly in. Great. Now, relax that, and the next movement is a little bit more active. It's called active cat. So, inhale, take your right leg up into the air, face looks up. Exhale, shift your shoulders a little forward, bend your elbows and lower down, chin and chest toward the floor. Inhale, lift back up, and exhale, draw your belly in and your knee to your forehead. Inhale, lift the leg up into the air just as high as you can. Exhale, bend a little forward and lower down, chin and chest to the floor. Inhale, lift back up tall, and exhale, knee to your forehead. Good. Now we'll do other side, and you can feel it starts to strengthen your arms and chest. That gives you determination and willpower. Again, inhale, lift the leg up into the air just as high as you can. Don't worry how high you go. Carrier showing the modified form. Exhale, bring your shoulders a little forward, lower yourself down. Inhale, lift back up, and exhale, draw your belly in and bring your knee in toward your forehead. Again, inhale, leg up, face looks up. Exhale, shift a little forward, lower down, chest toward the floor. Inhale, lift up tall. Exhale, knee to forehead. Inhale, come back onto all fours to a regular position, and the next movement is down dog. Lift your hips up into the air as high as comfortable. Even leave the knees a little bent initially. Your hands must remain flat on the floor and extended, pressing into the floor. Your outer armpit turns slightly forward so that your shoulders broaden. So you want to feel that this area here broadens and opens. Use your front thighs to draw your kneecap up. They firm and pull the kneecaps upward. And at the same time, draw your lower abdomen really into the body, creating the whole hip structure to lift up in the air. And in opposition to that lifting, lower your heels back down toward the floor. But don't let the hips release. You want to keep everything lifting the hips up, and in opposition, heels down. And you get this lifting up, the sit bone up into the air. Use your breathing. Inhale, chest expands and the whole torso. Exhale, belly in, and you kind of deepen into the pose. Spine sinks into the body. Now, walk your feet up toward your hands. And place your feet 6 inches apart and parallel. Your feet should almost look like parentheses. Bend your knees and fold your arms. Take one hand to hold your bicep and take the other arm and fold it through that inner elbow. Let your elbows hang toward the floor. This is called ragdoll because you're hanging like a ragdoll. Use your front thighs to engage and pull back and up, lifting the sit bone up. Bring your weight into the front ball of the foot. Lean a little forward, makes you kind of feel like you're going to topple. But then as you get that feeling, press the heels back into the floor. And that sort of grounds you and brings the stretch where it should be behind your knees. And again, if your knees are bent or straight, for whatever level you're doing, you're getting the correct effect. From here, lower your arms down to the floor, bend your knees slightly, press your heels into the floor, draw your belly in, and very slowly round up, stacking vertebra upon vertebra. If you have a weak back, walk your hands up the legs to come up slowly. As you come up, the chin is down, roll your shoulders up and back, and lift back your head to look in front of you. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Step your feet together into Tadasana. Bring your big toes to touch and spread the 2 little toes out to the side. And then balance the weight on the inner and outside areas of the feet, and then into the center, middle of your back heel. Firm your front thighs and make them feel again as if they're pulling your kneecaps upward. And at the same time, take your tailbone and feel that the tailbone presses down toward your heels. As that happens, lower abdomen firms, and again feel how your spine is automatically lifted as it lifts up those core muscles of your body. Feel your chest lifts away from your hip structure, your shoulders soften from your ears, and your arms hang as if you had lead in your fingertips. Keep the fingers closed like that and we'll give that leaden feeling. Let your head just float on the top. That's Tadasana, and we'll come back to this perfect stance in between the standing postures. Bring your hands into prayer posture. Take a full breath in and swing your arms down, around, and up, bringing your palms to touch, shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, move forward and down, hands down onto the floor, even if you need to bend your knees. Inhale, come high on your fingers, face looks up, and lengthen out your spine. Exhale, step back with your right foot, large step back. Inhale, take both feet back and your body into a straight line. Exhale, keep your belly in, bend the elbows and only go as low as you can. Inhale, point your toes back and lift up into up dog, bringing your chest through your arms and making the big toes and little toenails on the floor. Exhale, pull your belly in, lift your hips up and press your heels towards the floor. Inhale, and exhale, step your right foot up in between your hands. Inhale, take both feet up in between the hand, lengthen the spine and face looks up. Exhale, fold forward and down, forehead to your shin bone. Inhale, bring your arms around and up, see your thumbs and your peripheral vision palms to touch. And again, try and see your thumbs and your peripheral vision swinging the arms down, around, and bringing the hands into prayer posture. Good. Now we'll flow a little more in the next one. Inhale, swing your arms down, around, and up, your palms to touch, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, move forward and down. Inhale, come high on your fingers, face looks up and lengthen your spine. Exhale, step your right leg ways back behind. Inhale, both legs back, body into a straight line. Exhale, lower down into Chaturanga. Inhale, bring the chest through the arms and up dog. Exhale, draw your belly in, down dog. Inhale, down dog, and exhale, step your right foot up in between your hand. Inhale, both feet up in between your hand, face looks up and lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold forward, forehead to your shin bone. Inhale, seeing your thumbs in your vision, come all the way around, smooth palms to touch. Exhale, take your hands down and into prayer posture. Very good. Now we'll add in the next one, flying lunge to make it a little bit more heat. Inhale, swing your arms down, around and up, palms to touch. Exhale, move forward and down, hands to the floor, forehead to shin bone. Inhale, high on your fingers, face looks up. Exhale, step back with your right foot. Inhale, bring your hands onto your thigh. For those who are not so strong, back knee on the floor. Exhale, arms down beside you. Inhale, bring your arms up into the air and stay there for 4 breaths. Keep your hips as squared as possible to the front, your front knee forward, your back heel back, and another 2 breaths. Inhale, chest expand, and exhale, feel your abdomen draw in. Inhale, feel your chest expand, and exhale, bring your hands down onto the floor. Inhale, take both legs back behind and your body into a straight line, belly in. Exhale, lower down into Chaturanga. Inhale, lift up into up dog, open your chest. Exhale, pull your belly in and back into down dog, heels to the floor. Inhale, down dog. Exhale, step the other foot up in front of the hand. Inhale, bring your hands onto your knee. Exhale, bring the arms down beside you. Inhale, bring your arms up into the air. And again, square your hips, sink them down. If you're not strong enough, back knee is on the floor. Get that length from the sides of the chest up through your fingers. Inhale, chest expands. Exhale, belly in. Use the breath. The breath is what develops the heat and circulates oxygen and life to your cells. Inhale, exhale, bring your hands down onto the floor. Inhale, step both feet up in between your hand. Face looks up and lengthen your spine. Exhale, forehead down to your shin bone. Inhale, swing your arms around and up, come all the way up, palms to touch. Exhale, turn your palms down, push the air down, hands come into prayer posture. Inhale, and exhale, lower your arms down beside you. Rebalance in Tadasana. Now this standing series, right angle series, develops strength and stamina. Take a large step back with your right foot. Make sure that your front foot bisects, runs into the center of your back foot. Turn your hips and torso to face the side of the room. Bend the front knee over that ankle and keep your knee directly over the ankle. Don't let it go more because you'll throw into your knee joint. Great. Back little toe side of back foot firm on floor. Make a fist with that front arm and rest the forearm on top of the thigh just above the knee. Bring the other hand straight down to the floor and lift the arm forward and up, extended right angle pose. And feel this incredible stretch from the back heel, the little toe side of that back foot pressing down all the way through to your front fingertip. And feel as if your whole back of the body works back towards as if there were a wall behind you. Inhale and exhale. One more, inhale. Exhale, bring the hand in the air down to the floor and take both hands, one onto each side of the foot. Take the back heel up off the floor and bend the knee down onto the floor. Bring your hands up onto the front thigh. Get stable. Take a full breath in. Take the opposite hand to the knee in front up into the air. Exhale, bend that elbow and bring the outer arm to the outside of that thigh. Bring your palms together. Great. If you have strength, lift the back knee up off the floor. Otherwise, remain with that heel down, don't somersault. Bring your hands more in toward your chest, pressing your hands together, and feel the elbows working apart. Use your breath to give you the space inside for twisting. Inhale, fill your chest and make space, and exhale, go into the space that you created. So you really get this incredible therapy into the spinal column as you twist it. One more breath, inhale, and exhale, bring your hands down onto the floor and step the back foot back onto the floor. If your knee was on the floor, lift it up. We're going to do like a reverse cartwheel with the front arm. Lift it around and up, and it brings you into Warrior Two. In this position, your little toe side of the back foot must really press down onto the floor, and even the same thing on the front foot. So the little toe, the outsides of the feet press down, and your thighs spiral open to bring all your joints of your ankles, knees, and hip onto the same plane. Your tailbone goes down, and lower both sit bone down toward the floor, lifting the chest. Soften your shoulders away from your ears, and feel that the fingers lift slightly higher than the shoulders and extend to the wall, and look to the middle finger of that hand. One breath. Inhale and exhale. Good. Bring your hands back down onto the front knee and spring with the back leg to step back up into Tadasana. Regain your balance for a breath. Inhale and exhale. We have another side. So from here, take a large step back, please, with the other leg. Good. Center your front foot into the middle of that back foot. Make sure it's real nice and wide. Bend your front knee over that front ankle. Keep the weight on the little toe side of the back foot. Bend the front arm and bring the forearm to rest onto that thigh. Bring the other arm straight down and then lift the arm up into the air. And again, feel the stretch and the extension from the back heel through to your fingertip. And again, use your breath to stretch the body to make it long inside. That's what gets all one's internal organs active and massage inside there. Inhale, chest expands, and on exhalation, feel your belly draw in. One more breath, inhale, and exhale, lower your hands down onto the floor. Drop the back knee onto the floor, taking the back heel up. Put the hands onto your front thigh, come back up tall, and again. Take the opposite hand to the knee, lift it up in the air for twisting right angle. Inhale, exhale, come down, bringing the outer arm to the outer thigh. Bring your palms together, and again, if you have strength, lift the back knee up off the floor. Great. Bring the hands in toward the chest, which helps lengthen the spine, and then rotate around the spine. So each vertebra is getting its little stretch and its relaxation. Inhale, feel that you make space, and exhale, really deepen into the space. Inhale and exhale, bring the hands down onto the floor. Turn the back foot onto the floor, lifting the knee up if you were in the modified version. With the front hand, do like a reverse cartwheel into Warrior Two. Again, weight on the outside of the feet. Spiral your thighs open so that all the joints are on the same plane. Soften your shoulders away from your ears. Lift the fingers. Sit bone evenly lower down, and look to the middle finger of that front arm. And breathe. This will give you tremendous strength in your legs and open up the hip structure. Take a full breath in and out, belly in. One more breath. Inhale, chest expand, and exhale, straighten the front leg and turn both feet to face forward so that the outsides of the feet are parallel with one another. Look down and check that your feet are actually correct. you might need to bring your feet a little closer in to feel a very stable stance. Bring your hands down and interlace the fingers behind the small of the back. Inhale, lift your shoulders up and your breastbone up and face looks upward. Exhale, firm your front thighs, pull kneecaps up and lean more and more forward, taking the top of the head down toward the floor and the arms lifting more and more up into the air and over. Eventually, of course, head will even come down to the floor. This here is an inverted posture and the blood pours down the spine, massaging it and releasing tension and stress that locks into your spinal column. Bring the hands down onto your back. Lower the hands down the legs, either to hold your ankle or to take your thumbs, your first finger and second finger, and to press the two fingers through the toes and grab your toes. Bend your elbows out to the side, and again, front thighs must be very firm and active, lifting the sit bone up into the air, and it's that which lets your sacrum sink into the body, and then the spine releases and head just hangs. Inhale, feel the expansion, and exhale, feel yourself sink and deepen. Inhale. It's quite incredible when you're upside down and you breathe, you feel how the breath lifts your hips up into the air, and exhale, how your spine sinks into your body. Bring your hands onto the floor and walk them out a little in front so the hands are beneath your shoulders, spine level to the ground. Either you're going to step your feet up or bend your knees and give a little jump of the feet up together with the feet together, big toes touching, inner thighs must touch firm. Swing your arms around and up into awkward chair posture. In this, your tailbone moves down toward the floor, your heels press into the floor, your lower abdomen firms, the ribs at the sides of the chest lift, the shoulders are away from the ears, and for the modified form, you can keep the hands open and just go as far as you can. Breathe in, chest expands, and breathe out, belly in. This obviously strengthens the lower part of the body and lengthens the spine. Inhale, lift your arms up into the air, straighten the legs. Exhale, turn the palms, press the air down, and bring your hands back into prayer posture. Inhale, and exhale, lower your arms down beside you into Tadasana. Always come back to Tadasana to realign. You want to break the habit of coming back and saying, whew, that was hard. Come back, realign yourself, center yourself. Now, turn to face the front of your mat and place your hands onto your hips. This is called eagle pose, and it's a balance posture where you need to gaze at one point to keep your mind focused, because as soon as your mind moves, balance is impossible. Bend your knees, take your right knee up into the air and cross the thigh over your left thigh. Either balance on your toe or take the foot and hook it behind the calf. Exhale, take the arm of the leg that's at the bottom under and intertwine your arms, bringing your palms together. Keep the elbows lifted a little bit upward so the chest lifts and the elbows and shoulder are level to the ground. Inhale, chest expand. Exhale, belly draws in, spine tall. One more. Inhale and exhale. Unwind your leg. Step the feet back together. Unwind your arms out to the side. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands back to your hip. Bend your knees, and we're going to do the other side. Lift your left leg up, cross the thigh, take the foot and hook it behind the calf, or put it on the floor if you can't. Bring the arms out to the side. Inhale, and exhale, intertwine your arm. The legs that's at the top, that's the arm that goes under. Gaze at a point for focus and balance, and you'll see how your mind becomes real concentrated. And that's what gives you a real balance. Breathe in, chest expands. Breathe out, belly in. Breathe in, chest expand. and breathe out even sit lower. There you go. Inhale and exhale, unwind the leg, step it back together, unwind the arms out to the side, and this time lower them down to Tadasana. Very good. Resettle. Now, the next posture is Raven Pose. Builds upper body strength and gives you command and control in your life. Step your feet open, 1 foot wider than hip distance. Bend the knees and place your hands onto the floor in front of your feet. Take your knees and place your knees on top of your thigh. Really get on top of the thigh. Press the hands into the floor. Bring your shoulders a little bit forward, and if possible, lift your toes up into the air. For beginners, 1 leg at a time. Pressing the floor, the knees squash in, the shoulders are forward, and breathe. 1 more breath. Try, and this is tough. You're going to develop upper body strength. Inhale, exhale, step your feet back down onto the floor. Good. Now, step your legs back behind you and place the feet onto the floor and bring your hands into prayer posture. Squat posture. Get the elbow and upper arm to press the inner thigh open as you bring your palms down and hands into prayer pose. Again, for those who are not so flexible, your heels can be in the air like that, and slowly you'll lower down. And if you're real tight, you might need to put like books underneath your heels to sit on so that you can get the levering and opening of the hip structure. This opens up your hip structure and the lower abdominal area and eliminates where fear locks into your system. So breathe nice and deep. It's the breath with the movement that releases the impressions from the meridians, chakras, muscle, tissue, and organ. Inhale and exhale. 1 more breath. Inhale, exhale, bring your hands down onto the floor, move them out a little in front, and step 1 leg at a time back behind you into inclined plank. Here, inhale and exhale, Chaturanga. Bend the elbows. If you need, you can drop your knees, and then lower down onto the floor and place your forehead onto the floor. Bring your arms down beside your body, the palms facing up. This movement is called Flying Locust, and it's the beginnings of back bending. When you bend back and take your spine and bend back, it releases so much of the unconscious pressures and stresses that lock into you and pull you forward and make you slump. So lift your head up, arms up, legs up, palms face down. Exhale, bring the palms together and open your legs apart, balancing on the pubic bone. Inhale, bring your arms back, close everything together. Exhale, lower yourself down to the floor. Again, inhale, lift everything up, palms face down. Exhale, arms together, legs apart. Inhale, close everything back together. And exhale, lower down to the floor. 1 more. Inhale, lift up, palms down. Exhale, palms touch, legs apart. Inhale, close everything together. Exhale, and lower down, forehead to the floor. Turn your head to one side and just let yourself adjust. And feel full breathing and see what an amazing difference this is. See how your mind has become still and calm. You feel almost like you're floating when you've stretched that tension out that haunts your system. Head to the other side. Great. Now the next back bend is bow posture. Bend your knees and grab hold of your ankles. If you can't quite hold your ankle, just hold your heels like that. Inhale and lift the legs up, the shin bone pressing back and up to your second toe, your breastbone leading forward, and breathe out, feel your belly draws in. Inhale, feel the dynamics, the stretching open and long of the spine, and exhale, your belly draws in, which protects your lower back. Do a couple of breaths like that, but be real aware to get that belly drawing in, because that is what in yoga is called bandha, the lock that holds you in correct alignment. One more breath, inhale and exhale, let yourself slowly lower down to the floor. Leave your feet go and place your feet back down onto the floor. Turn your head to one side, let yourself adjust and balance. And again, get that incredible still feeling where you're just kind of floating. That is yoga, where there's no mind and you feel good, happy for no reason. Turn your head to the other side. Good. Now, from here, place your hands on the floor beside your chest. Draw your belly in and lift yourself back to sit back onto your heels behind you. Open your knees apart. Get your knees wide open. Position your seat. Place your hands onto the floor in front of you. Walk forward on your fingertip for 12 point. Try and go as far forward as possible. It doesn't matter how far, but just feel that you're actually bending from the hip structure and letting yourself ease into it. Eventually your forehead will come to the floor and your arms will extend out in front, but only go to whichever level you can. If elbows must be on the floor, that's okay. Slowly lower your forehead down towards the floor if you can, and eventually you're going to try and straighten the arms, lifting the elbows off the floor, feeling more and more extension from your fingertips to your sit bone. This pose should feel like a traction, where your whole spine is getting stretched out. You want to feel the sit bone back, the sacrum sinks down, and your spine lengthens forward. The outer armpits move slightly toward the floor, so your shoulders broaden. Take a breath, rib cage expands, and as you breathe out, belly draws in. Incredible traction to your spine. One more, full breath in, feel this whole body expand. And exhale, lengthen, relax, deepen. Good. Walk your hands back up. Take a stroll, walk them up. Bring your hands to the outside of the knees. Walk your knees in together. Place your fingers onto the floor on the outside of the thighs. Press on the floor, curl your toes, and sit back onto the floor behind you. Come back and sit back into the center of your mat, and feet on the floor in front of you, hip distance apart. Take your hands and hold your hands behind your thighs. Scale posture. This is an incredible pose for abdominal strength and to hold your spine and chest open. Holding your hands behind your thighs, lean slightly back, but remain sitting right on top of the sit bone. Roll your shoulders up and back and lift your feet up into the air. Keep the shin bones at first just level to the floor, and then try and straighten the legs if you have strength, but never round your back in order to lift the legs. And then if possible, stretch the arms out parallel to the floor. The lower back is drawn in and the top corners of the chest lift. Inhale and exhale. You will shake a little in this as those muscles develop their strength. Inhale, exhale, clasp your hands behind your thigh, bend your knees and lower your feet back down onto the floor. Cross your legs, sit into a cross-legged position. Place your hands onto the floor behind you with your fingers facing toward your seat. Inhale, lift your shoulders up and back, draw your hip structure up into the air and draw your spine into your body. On inhalation, feel your chest expand, and on exhalation, your belly draws in. Inhale, chest expands, just looking forward, and exhale, draw your lower abdomen in. Sit back down onto the floor and come back to sit up tall onto the sit bone. Now just take your legs and open your legs out to the sides as wide as possible. Get them right out to the side, lean a little forward, balance on top of the sit bone. Keep your feet straight up in the air with your toes flexed toward you. Firm your top thighs as you do that, and take your hands to open each side of the seat apart, getting the sit bone a little back. This is called sitting angular side lean. Bring your arms up into the air, inhale, and exhale, stretch over to your right side, place your hand onto the floor. And slowly lowering the forearm towards the floor, bring the other arm up into the air and lower it down and lengthen through your fingertip. So feel how you're really lengthening your spine, your feet, your toes are curled toward you, your front thighs are firm, the backs of the legs are pressed into the floor, and breathe. Inhale, get the torso lifting, and exhale, feel it lengthening. Inhale, feel that lifting and the strength coming into you, and exhale, you deepen into the pose and get rid of the poisons out your system when you breathe out. Great. Inhale, come back up tall, arms out to the side, keep your feet straight up. Exhale. Inhale, lean over to the other side. Exhale, hand to the floor, and again, slowly lower down. Bring the other arm up into the air and lower it slowly over, getting the length into your torso. Again, keep the toes flexed toward you. The thighs must be firm, and use your breath. The inhalation, you expand and lengthen, and the exhalation, you really deepen into it. The inhalation makes space, whole body gets big, and on the exhalation, you really deepen into the posture. Inhale and exhale, lift yourself back up tall, bring your hands down beside you. Take your hands and pull open each side of the seat a little bit to get the sit bone correctly positioned. Check the legs are nice and wide apart, feet facing straight up. Place your fingers onto the floor behind you, feet still straight up and toes flexed toward you. Inhale, lift your chest up, and exhale, just slowly ease forward. Inhale, lengthen, lift, and exhale, deepen. Without rounding your spine, don't try and get your head down. Bring the hands out in front of you. And if that's as far as you can go, that's good enough. But rather be aware that your toes are flexed, your thighs are firm. Inhale and exhale, walk those arms a little bit more in front. On the inhalation, feel how you lift up and lengthen, and the exhalation, you deepen. But don't round your back and keep your legs active. Front thighs firm, kneecap up. Eventually, you'll inhale and exhale, putting your belly, chest, neck, and chin to the floor. Just keep breathing through as you do that. That will open up all of those sciatic nerve, those biggest nerve trunk in your body that go into your legs, releasing out all the shock, fear, disgust, shame, things like that that haunt your system. Walk your hands back up again, please. Come back up tall and bring your hands back to hold behind your knees. Pull the knees up to bend them and bring the sole of the feet in together. Walk the heels as close in toward you as possible, holding the feet, bound angular pose. Sit right perched up on the sit bone, spine tall. Holding the sole of the feet, work to open up your feet almost like you're opening a book. And as you open your feet up, your knees open out to the side, to the floor. Now, of course, at the beginning, your knees will be pretty much up in the air and there'll be hardly any movement. But the more you breathe, the more you relax, the more you surrender into the pose, slowly everything will release and the whole thing will open. Take a deep breath in, chest expand, and exhale, belly draws in. Release the feet, bring the knees back up into the air. Place the soles of the feet onto the floor in front of you. Your feet hip distance apart, not too narrow. And then bring your arms out in front of you. Breathe in, chest expands, and as you exhale, draw your belly in and slowly roll back, placing vertebra by vertebra back down onto the floor. Great. Walk your feet a little bit in, lower your arms down to the floor. Good. Feet still parallel, firm on the floor. Now, the next movement is a hip opener. Inhale and bring your right knee up into the air and take your right ankle and place it about 3 inches below the left knee. Take your left foot up into the air and bring your hands through and interlace your fingers around your left back thigh. Bend the elbows slightly out to the side. Flex both toes toward the knees to protect and keep the correct integrity of all your joints, hips, ankles, and knees. When you inhale, feel the expansion, and on the exhale, as you pull the leg toward you, feel how your right elbow presses that right knee more and more open. So as the legs come in, that right elbow pushes that knee open, and you really feel that opening behind the thigh. One more breath. Inhale and exhale. Then inhale, exhale, release the clasp of the hand, put the feet back down onto the floor, unwind. Great. And other side. Bring the left leg up. Ankle should be about 3 inches below the knee. Lift the right foot up. Interlace the fingers around the right thigh. Bend the elbows. Use your breathing. Inhale, feel that expansion. And exhale, get the elbow to lever that knee open. Inhale, get everything aligning, your spine long. And exhale, deepen into it. One more breath. Inhale, chest expand. Exhale, feel that opening into it. Inhale and exhale, lower your feet down onto the floor. Take the other foot, put it down, and take a breath in and out. Now the next posture is a spinal twist. For this, lift your hips up into the air and shift your hips to the right side. Place them down. Take your knees over together to the left side. Roll a little onto your left side and really work the whole torso under, and then take your left hand to hold that top knee and really keep the one knee stacked on top of the other. Take the other arm along the floor and use your breathing to expand your chest, and on the exhale to try and deepen, leading the arm out and the shoulder of your right shoulder down to the floor. Inhale, expand, and exhale, deepen. Inhale, feel that expansion, and exhale, rotate the spine, deepen into it. Very nice. Tremendous release as you get that spine relaxing and opening. Put your hands down onto the floor, lift your knees back up into the air, feet on the floor. Lift your hips up into the air, shift your hips to the left side. Roll your knees over to the right side, and then again even roll a little on your torso to get that whole side under. Bring your right hand to hold and stack one knee on top of the other, and really to keep them like that. Then other arm is along the floor, and breathe smoothly through. Feel as you lie again, your one hand is pulling those knees down. Feel your chest expand, inhale, and exhale, feel yourself deepen. On the inhale, feel the chest expand, and exhale, your left shoulder works down to the floor. But keep one knee directly on top of the other. One more breath. Inhale, nice, expand, and on the exhalation, you feel this whole shoulder working back down to the floor. But feel the opposition. The knee is stacked, and this shoulder works back and down to the floor. So it really opens up and rotates each vertebra in the spine, releasing out that rigidity that locks into you. One more breath, inhale and exhale. Bring your knees back up into the air, place the sole of the feet onto the floor, both feet parallel, firmed on the floor, and position your hips, center your hips. Bring your hands up into the air and place the palms over your eyes, elbows up. Feel how your shoulders just relax back down to the floor and the arch in the lower back just softens toward the floor. You don't pull it down, just feel it relaxing downward. Stretch both legs down along the floor and just relax out your legs, let them find their comfortable position. Bring your arms back down beside your body, palms facing up to the ceiling. As you lie in this position, you are ready for Shavasana, corpse pose. Feel in corpse pose how your legs just relax to the earth. The process here is a letting go, not a forcing, not a trying, but getting your mind to different parts of your body initially and then creating that part to let go. So I'd like you to start off by wriggling your toes a little. Stop the movement and get your feeling into your toes. And it's amazing, as you start to just feel your toes for no reason, there's like a glowy feeling in them. Move that feeling down the feet, through your calf, through your knees, into your thighs, and right up into where the legs attach to the hips. Feel that whole glowing feeling gather into the base of your spine. The physical relaxes, the glow is there as your nervous system relaxes, and then just try and visualize a red glowing light at the base of the spine. When you can get the nerves, the meridians, the body to relax, and you feel a red glowing light, you're finally getting that chakra, that crossroads of all of these nerves to relax. Position your hips slightly, get the butt supporting them correctly so you can completely relax your hip structure. And as you relax your hip structure, feel that glowing feeling gathering to the sacrum, the fused bone at the bottom of the spine. Feel in this area an orange light growing. This will develop creativity and remove imbalanced desires from your being. Move slowly up and relax the whole abdominal area. All the abdominal organs relax in. Get that puffy, glowing feeling. Feel the abdomen just sink in. And feel from behind your navel a yellow glowing light. This will balance and clear your mind. It will stop you from being depressed or being extremely extrovert. It will bring a balance in to your personality. Just visualize a yellow glowing light in that chakra. Move slowly up into your entire rib cage. Feel your ribs relaxing out to the side. Your heart feels like it opens. And feel almost like a green mist filling your whole rib cage. This green light will heal hurt emotion. This green light and feeling of a green mist in your chest will bring a sense of, again, love, unconditional love, just a feeling of loving. Move slowly up into the throat center. And as you come into your throat, feel almost like a warm oil creeps down your neck, into your shoulders, down your bicep, through your elbows, into the palms of the hands, and into your fingers. Just feeling this warm, glowing feeling. As your throat chakra opens, you feel a blue light in the throat. Sensing a blue glow in your throat will develop willpower, command over your senses, and an ease in communication in life. Moving from your throat back to the back crown of the head, the point where you lie on. Balance your head, very gently moving it to find the exact point on that back crown. Just get to feel it balanced. As that point relaxes on the floor, your forehead goes smooth and soft. Your lower jawbone relaxes. Your lips get like a slight smile, a smile of peace. Your tongue lulls back into your throat. And as your tongue lulls back into your throat, you feel that the roof of the mouth slowly lifts upward, and there's this incredible sense of a glowing white light that develops in the middle of your brain. Your eyes relax into the bottoms of the eye socket. They even roll slightly upward, but it's all from deeply relaxing. This automatically happens as you let go. And as that happens, a radiant light from between the eyebrow in the center of the head begins to appear. And that radiant white light begins to fill your brain. It's a wonderful glowing feeling. When your brain goes into alpha rhythm, that develops when you go into sleep. But here you're awake, and you're letting go like in sleep, but floating into this rhythm, into a sense of having no boundaries, no thought, just being there. It's the most healing state that a human being could possibly enter. Lie quietly and tune to that rhythm. You'll find the subtle sound that's echoing, that's resonating in your brain, becomes the sound Om. It's a sound that's there that comes from your brain when you're awake and you tune to stillness. That sound, just float with the sound, float with the light. Feel yourself boundaryless, feeling complete healing to every cell of your being. Having bathed and nurtured yourselves in this state of stillness, rub your thumbs lightly over your fingertips. Draw your arms up into the air and lower your arms out behind your head to the floor. Take a deep breath in and stretch the left arm and left leg longer than the right side of the body. Come back to regular, take a deep breath in and stretch out the other side. Bend your knees up into the air, roll over onto your right side. If you want to have just a relaxing day, if you need to go back to work and office and that kind of energy, roll over onto your left side. Just take a breath or two. Let the energy adjust into that side, the blood into that side of the brain. From here, press yourself back to come to sit up. Come to a cross-legged position and just walk your hands a little out in front of you. Let your sit bone go back and let your head come forward and hang down in front. You can bend your elbows to the floor if you like and just let the blood come to the front of the brain, which will make you feel vital, clear, and alert for life. Walk your hands back up to come back to sit up. Again, balance right on top of your sit bone. Feel the muscles holding your spine up tall. Sit tall, walk tall, and think tall. Bring your hands into Namaste, bringing together dualities and opposites. Bow your head down and let this inner light, this inner voice guide you, direct you, and lead you through each moment of your living. Hari Om, Om Tat Sat.